Ladies and gentlemen and ladies, this episode of the podcast Awesomeness is brought to you by us.
Opinion Junkies.
Yes, by
Yes,
Opinion
the
Junkies.
damn show, you limey bastard.
By us, the Opinion Junkies. We are fucking awesome. Now, I'm the host, Simon. If anyone has seen any of the shit, you already know this is a rare occasion where I am here. I'm hosting.
Instead of just us talking about him, behind his back.
Yeah, it's rare.
Exactly, this is like Saturday Night Live sort of shit right now. It's fucking awesome. Now, to my left and to my right is two fabulous New Yorkers, one of which is a whorehead, a thing of fabulousness with long, fabulous hair. She's quick-witted, she's female, and she's sassy. Ladies and gentlemen, I actually did jazz hands there.
I'm sure you did.
You'll be proud to know. And to my right,
I'm sure you did. You live up to your reputation.
Thank you. And to my right is the skinniest man I've ever known, who makes anorexic cheerleaders look fat, with a mustache.
You may also know him as Slender Man. Give it up for...
Nice.
Give it for the Baron, the Jim Bob, the
Hello.
the Phoenix of Golden
How are you?
Islands.
Nah.
Okay, so here is the lowdown, the run-through, whatever the hell you want to call it. Okay, so topic
Also,
of this.
by the way, just a quick question. Say my real name on the air again, and I will murder you in your sleep.
I love you too.
So we're going to start off with news?
Yes, okay, so here's a quick rundown for our audience members. Okay, so we're going to have some news, a little catch-up of what the fuck did we actually do, games, movies, whatever the fuck, whatever. And then we're going to be going on to the nitty-gritty of stage plays and musicals. But yes, news. Okay, I'll say I have been brought on for this one, so I have jack shit, not going to lie. So, Anna, go, give me your news, my dove. Dazzle me.
Alright, so give your news. Jim?
He threw it to you.
No, I mean, you're going first, because you only want to get your food.
I know, but he said you go first, so go ahead.
Either
Oh my
one,
god,
I'm
just
not
fucking go. So you don't have to miss your food.
Fuck's sake.
Okay, Jim, you go. You're an anorexic. You need food.
Exactly.
You're weirdly anorexic, but hey.
Alright. Anyway. So, couple of bits of news this week. Number one. Hold on, why am I getting an echo?
Well, just knocked my tooth off a cup while I was drinking hot chocolate now, so that might be why.
We don't care what happened to your cock while you're drinking chocolate. Jim, tell your news.
Gross.
So, Simon's chocolate cock aside.
Exactly. And that's what he's having for dessert, not his actual, junk dipped in chocolate.
So, it was announced a few days ago over the weekend. It might have been late Friday night, but not in time for that Opinion Junkies that was delayed last week. The Latino Review put out an article stating that based on their sources, the forthcoming Green Lantern Corps film, as part of the DC Cinematic Universe, currently slated for sometime way in the future after all the other movies, but before Justice League Part 2, that it had already been stated that this film was going to contain two Green Lanterns, Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart, and would be sort of a buddy cop movie in space. However, new reports indicate that there may be even more than that, as Green Lantern Kyle Rayner may also be appearing in the film.
Oh, but I like Guy Gardner.
That is one of the big reactions a lot of people have said about Guy Gardner.
Because he doesn't wear a mask. He's like, fuck you, I don't care who knows.
True, but it depends on what version they're going with, because if these are going to be more like the modern version of the characters, Guy Gardner's actually a Red Lantern.
Really?
That's cool.
Yeah, he's a Red Lantern right now.
Didn't know that. That's awesome.
Indeed. But, so Kyle Rayner might be in the movie. We're going to wait and see. And, basically, hopefully that'll be good. Kyle Rayner being the Lantern who effectively took over for Hal Jordan and everything, that would kind of be a big deal. So, that would be cool to have him in the movie. And I go to Anna.
Awesome shit. Anna, my love, you're up.
Oh, right. So I'll do my stupid funny news first. Okay, so there has been a lot of rumors circulating about a new Xbox console, and yes, and mostly this is mostly about the name of the placeholder name they're using. And this was me. My friends just had a fucking laugh over this, so I thought it was worth mentioning. Their placeholder name right now is the Xbox One. That's ONE, Xbox One. Okay, Roman numeral 2.
You what?
That's the placeholder they're using. And as soon as So the Xbox One 2, and that's 1 spelled out Roman numeral 2. So I said if they ever came up with an Xbox, the next one after that, it has to be Xbox One Roman numeral 2, actual number 3.
Exactly. Oh
So
my
then they
god.
can use 3 different types of numeric systems because their naming is so retarded. I mean, right now Xbox One 2, come on, who thought of that? We're gonna call
I
it
have no
Xbox
idea.
12, but like.
They just sit around in these giant ass board meetings, like 100 people in a fucking room, and it's like, right. Sorry. So we got like some middle-aged suit, who clearly has never played a game before in their life, and it's like, okay, so I need you tech whizzes to be all like techy, So give me what you
Those
got.
fucking kids are hip these days.
Yeah, exactly. But back in my day, we had stones and conkers. Yeah, man, we don't have that anymore. So, and then you get some like quirky hippie guy, like with a fucking Asian tattoo on their arm, who thinks they're all like against the Green rebel sort of thing. It's like, well, yeah, man. Well, we're gonna have this kind of cool thing, man. Let's bring it down low. Because after all the negative energy of the Xbox One, everyone seems to want to go back rather than forward, with backward compatibility and all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I get the one with the 360, like I get that, it's like a circle, and then there was supposed to be called the 720, which I still think is a better name than the one, because that's 2 circles, but even that, it's still like kind of a little bit convoluted, but this one, like spelling out 1, and then using Roman numerals 2, that is just using 2 different, it's like, that gets into the level of Kingdom Hearts, who uses like X-1-2.5 part like 7, that gets in that weird shit. That's like the kind of zone you're entering right now.
Oh, fucking hell. I mean, like, okay, if they had gone with, like, 720 or whatever, like, that would have been the most logical step up.
It's still like slightly convoluted with the 2 circles, but it's not like blatantly stupid. So, like, I don't know. So that's it. They're working on PlayStation, Xbox One too. And yes, I am going to call it 1 2. I'm not going to call it 1 Roman numeral, like, I.
Imagine, okay, try saying that 3 times fast now.
Xbox One Roman numeral I.
Now, as fast as I would normally say it when I'm binging on caffeine.
Xbox One, I can't even fucking say it.
Xbox One Roman numeral I.
Yes, that is how fast I normally talk, so it's quite
Xbox
weird.
1 2, Xbox 1 2, Xbox 1 2, there you go.
Faster, more intense.
Nice.
I want the Xbox 1 2 3, and then you do it. Xbox 1 2 3 ABC. Play with me.
Oh shit! No. Okay, for all men and lesbians out there, just do not play with Honor.
That's what the new Xbox should be called. So at least we can have silly rhymes after it.
Okay, that would be cool, man. We should get T-shirts of it.
I want a T-shirt. I really want a T-shirt of Xbox One, the word, Roman numerals, and then the number 3. I really want that as a T-shirt.
Fuck yes, we gotta make that shit.
But yeah,
available soon in the Pens of the Mind store.
Yeah. So anyway, that was my news about the silly name, or the least placeholder name.
Fair enough.
Nice.
Like I said, it is a placeholder. I'm hoping, like, obviously it might get changed. Hopefully it does.
Hopefully.
Yeah, just a silly thing to even start with.
That is a silly thing.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
I guess I'll go with my next news.
Yes, go.
First, pick up where I left off because I rushed through that quickly because I did have to step out of the room for a moment. Yeah, Kyle Rayner is the much more prominent Green Lantern in the comics as opposed to Guy Gardner. He was sort of the official heir to Hal Jordan for a while, even more so than John Stewart. Kyle Rayner's also had the distinction of being a White Lantern. Of the White Lantern Corps and holding.
Sinestro was a White Lantern for like a second.
Yeah, he was the first White Lantern for all of like 10 seconds before the White Light was like, nah, screw you, Sinestro, and it threw him out.
Your mustache is too evil. Rejected.
Pretty much. So, but yeah, Kyle Rayner would be an interesting addition to the film, although a lot of people had your same reaction of, given the dark tone DC is taking, they would have liked to see Guy Gardner come in to lighten it up a little bit.
He's funny.
He is hilarious, but as I mentioned, he's currently a Red Lantern in the New 52 continuity, which seems to be the direction they're leaning, except for with Batman, apparently, which is weird.
By the way, is it true that they're bringing Willem Dafoe in for DCU?
Yes, Willem Dafoe has been cast for the Justice League movie, but we do not know as whom.
You know what
he's clearly going to be a villain because his face is scary enough. We'll just have to find out which one.
They said he was playing a good guy.
Holy shit. He's
You
not
know
allowed
what
to play good guy because your face
Okay.
has to be this much not scary, and he doesn't fill that requirement.
You know, hypothetically, if they do cast him as a good guy, like as just on the topic of Green Lantern, imagine him as Alan Scott.
They would never use Alan Scott.
I know, but it was so fucking interesting to see.
Well, I'd
I
say
can't see
because
Alan
no one
Scott.
cares, that would be okay. Like no one would bitch about it because who cares?
I mean,
But, yeah.
if they were gonna cast him as anybody, it should be Jake Garrick.
That would be totally awesome.
Or
Well,
anybody
anyway.
wearing a helmet, so we don't have to see his face.
Anyway,
Well,
before we get...
effectively, they say there was a couple of ideas. I actually saw a list online. People suggested possibilities. One, because they said good guy, but people are thinking. Some people have suggested, oh, maybe that could be a. Number one, people said, oh, maybe he's Martian Manhunter. Maybe he's this character, that character, whatever. One idea was, it's hard to picture Willem Dafoe being the good guy, so perhaps they're using that term liberally, and perhaps it's a bait and switch because they could have cast him as Maxwell Lord.
I could see him as that actually.
That would be
Right.
so fucking
They would
cool.
kind of start off as though he's the good guy out of the Justice League, and then he fucks them over.
Well, he's kind of like I feel like more neutral because I feel like how Lex Luthor is like super duper evil. He's slightly less evil than Lex Luthor.
Well, apparently Lex Luthor's now the Joker, so...
Oh, okay. Like I didn't know that, but I just feel like Maxwell Lord is slightly less
You
evil
see
than
Batman
Lex
vs.
Luthor,
Superman?
so like he could sort of maybe like
Pew, did you see Batman vs. Superman?
yeah.
So you saw Lex Luthor in that, who, while a very interesting, quirky character, was not Lex Luthor, and he had his flowing red hair, and he was all bouncing around like a crazy person.
I liked him, to be honest.
Oh, don't get me wrong, he
Everybody said
totally
he was basically
Jokerized
playing the
it.
Joker.
But I meant when you said Joker, I thought you meant like literally the Joker.
No, not literally the Joker. Willem Dafoe
Okay.
needs to play the Joker, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
No. We have Jared Leto for that, and he's gonna fucking rock that shit out.
So anyway,
No,
is
Jared
this your
Leto was
new
the
news
second
or
Joker
old
that
news?
took over for Joker when the last Joker got killed or something.
But Jim, is this your new news or I'm still going on your old news? Because I think we need your new news.
You're
Yes,
right. I was just finishing off my old news. I would like to see Kyle Rayner in the movie and see if we can get the core in there. I think that would be interesting.
All right, quick.
Moving on to my second news. We were talking about Xbox. I'm going to talk about Nintendo.
Oh,
Because we did get finally some news from Nintendo. We did confirm that the Nintendo NX, the next Nintendo home console, will be releasing in March of 2017.
Fail. That's basically saying we tried to get Christmas, but we couldn't. I'm sorry, but no one releases in March intentionally.
Pretty much. They also added that the NX will not be at E3 in June, but the focus of E3 is instead going to be the Legend of Zelda game, which will simultaneously release for the Wii U and the NX again
That's
sometime in
because you've been
2017.
fucking blue balling us for like goddamn who knows how long about the fucking Legend of Zelda. You owe us that shit, man. Don't pretend you're doing us a favor. You owe us that.
can I just say, if we had a swear box right now, we would all be completely fucked.
Hey, this is straight up, like, you've been teasing this shit for, like, so long, like, I'm almost numb with feeling when you mention Nintendo, like, I'm like, ugh, Nintendo, oh, that's not really news because it's not something that's actually happening, ugh, I can't feel. So you kind of owe us that so we can bring back the feeling.
Like with Nintendo, I haven't played a lot of the recent stuff. The last thing I played was Super Smash Bros. With when they got like Cloud, Bayonetta, and Ryu and some other stuff in the
Yeah.
DLC and all that. I had the pleasure of playing that at a store, like, at a comic book geek store in town, and it was the first time I'd ever played Super Smash Bros. Right? Thought it was okay. I still don't quite see what the hype is about Super Smash Bros. In general. I thought it
Well,
was
right
fucking cool.
now, specifically, it has, like, way too many characters that don't belong, but, at least that's my personal opinion, who only are loosely attached to Nintendo, but, yeah, everybody just loves Super Smash.
But yeah, now, as far as some of the marketing stuff now, when was the last time we had like a decent Kirby game, a Mario game?
When was the last time we had a decent first-party game? Okay, end of story.
Actually,
Yeah.
there's two Kirby games on the Wii U right now that I understand.
Yeah,
Or-
and they suck because I fucking played them. You can watch my shitty, Let's Play of them.
Oh right, I had no idea.
I thought make assumptions for you. Nobody watches your shitty Let's Plays.
Okay, but I'm just saying the point is I still played them.
Okay then. All I know is that we have it at the library that I work at, and a lot of people check it out.
You know what? A lot of people are disappointed then. Or they're stupid.
Ladies and gentlemen, The
Or they're
address
little
of
kids
Jim,
and they don't care.
the
Only don't
address of where
recall.
Jim works or his library will be posted in the description thing below. By the way, feel free to harass him.
No, it won't.
Just look for the 5'10" lad with a mustache.
Look for the guy with the van who kidnapped a kid once, but just kidding.
Dude.
Wow.
Dude, no.
No.
Just no. Okay, give me there. Have you got another bit of news?
No, we only do 2 newses each.
Okay,
Yeah,
right.
so now we're
Did you do
on
both
catch up.
live? Did you do both live with Connor?
You know what? I can't remember.
I know. Stacey, did you do both your newses already?
I did, and you did, so now let's catch up,
Okay.
which I'm sure Simon does have.
Okay,
Yes.
my creative darlings. Okay, next part of the show is the catch up. No, it's the wonderful part where we just basically talk about what the fuck have we done this week. Okay, mustache, 4 eyes. Which one would you like to go first?
Well, you haven't done a lot of talking. We were going to let you go first.
Alright, okay. So, my big sis, God bless her little cotton socks and her little blonde head. So little, she's only 5'2".
He's
or
not
something.
talking about himself or any part of
No.
him. It's actually a real person.
Yes. She will kill me if she ever finds out about the podcast. It's like, no, we'll kill you. But yeah, that little bastard is a kickboxer, for Christ's sake. I don't want to piss her off because she can't kill me. But yeah, so she bought me Dark Souls 3. I had no idea about this until it came in the fucking mail. I was like, oh, I love you, you mentioned it. Like, it came with a fucking comic book and everything. I was like, oh. Like, because she wanted it online. I had no idea. The only thing she said was, she texted me saying, you know, I've got you a gift of something, don't buy anything for the next week or so. I'm like, shit. And then it comes through, I'm like actual tears came from my fucking eyes. I'm not shitting you. I was that happy. So I've been playing the shit out of Dark Souls 3 recently.
That's right. Tears came out of his eyes, and also other fluid was leaking, other places lower.
Well, then again, hookers have to be satisfied somehow, but hey. But yes, it is wonderful being back in the Dark Souls world. I am dying tremendously, and I need to clear my throat. Sorry, otherwise I'm going to sound like a butch lesbian, and that's not a very good look for me. It's bad enough I look like one half the time. Ellen DeGeneres has got nothing on me. Although Jim makes her look straight, but hey. But yeah, it is so fucking great to be back in this fucking world, you know. I was so happy to kill my first boss. Although, I've never been so shit scared in all my life, because then, second half of the boss, spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't played it yet, he gets like this fucking black abyss snake Jafar thing from its back, and it's basically consuming them. So I'm like, what the fuck is that? And it's trying to eat me, along with the night guy stabbing me with a lance thing that he's got. So I'm like, shit. And I'm playing with a fucking pyromancer, right? I've got a crappy little hand axe, I've got fire, and a rapier that I can't fucking use it because I've got the fucking stats up, right? So I'm like, okay, I have 2 ways of going about this. I can either fight him mano a mano, get in close and all that shit, or I can chuck as many bombs and set him on fire as much as humanly possible until he dies. I took the second option. That is my go-to rule of Dark Souls. But yes, so fucking wonderful. Wasn't too happy about finding a dragon, which horrified the shit out of me. I was like,
I can vouch. I was with him on Skype when he found the dragon.
Oh yes, he was. Like, I was just merrily trotting along on this lovely castle scenery. It's like porn for the eyes, more or less. And like, oh, this
I'm
is
pretty
so
sure
lovely.
porn is porn for the eyes.
Okay, scenery porn.
Not the way Simon does it.
That's a conversation. That's
That's true. For him, it's porn for porn's sake, so.
That's an 18+ panel right there. But yeah, so I'm just merrily trotting along this lovely castle thing. There's some undead mooks there, but kill them. La-di-da-di-da. A fucking dragon flies on top and fucking sets me on fire, and the entire thing. So I'm like, you bastard! I didn't expect that. Then I try again. The dragon is now perched on top of this building. He will not fuck off, right? And literally, I am running for dear life after he leaves the fucking fire. I'm like, run, 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 run. And there's a stray mook that hadn't been set on fire by him, who then stabs me multiple times, stops me from going through, and I get set on fire by the dragon. So I was like, you bastard! Horrible. Absolutely horrible, beautiful. But yes. Ooh, second bit of what the fuck have I been up to? Sorry. Okay, yeah, we'll go like one each and then.
No, catch-up, we normally do all of our catch-up in one shot.
Oh, okay, right. Sorry, I haven't done this in a while.
And while playing Dark Souls doesn't count.
Damn.
Yes, also, two things. Number one, I need to ask about that Dark Souls game. Is that linear or is it more open world?
Open world.
And if it's open world, can I make a recommendation? Don't go down the road with a fucking dragon!
Okay, I don't know, are you guys going to be playing it at some point?
Not really.
Damn.
I cannot play it because if you wanted to see me walk up to something and instantly die and do absolutely no progress for like 48 hours of a full game, then I'm not gonna pay for that. But that's what would happen. So I'm sure you can watch somebody else do that. But that's what would happen.
There was one thing about the entire Dark Souls gaming series so far, and this extends to Demon Souls and Bloodborne by default, is yes, it is tough, it is punishing, it is cruel, sometimes even sadistic, right? But it's fair, right?
See, I just can't play a thing. I need something that's in my favor.
Well, that's the thing, though. I mean, like, here's the real thing that I fucking love about these games, where you see a lot of video games nowadays where you are spoon-fed so much, you're held by the hand. You know, it's like...
That's what you need to just die instantly 10,000 times.
Yeah, but that's part of learning, though. You need to fail. You need to struggle. You need to...
Oh, I totally get that, but it's too much for me. And a lot of it, I feel like, is patience and, like, things that I kind of want instant gratification.
Like, I am not a patient person. I'm semi-patient. If anything, I've just got better at hiding the fact that I'm impatient.
You have patience. You take care of them every day.
Yes, that is true. That is true. But that is my day job, where I get to do my job. Whatever. That is my job, where I get to get paid to do this sort of thing. So I'm like a care bear of life, love, and happiness, right?
Yeah, but you have to have patience to deal with the elderly, so I think you naturally just have more.
Yes, but
I have none. I have ADD. That's how much patience I have. I have negative patience.
but outside of my personal life, it's like there's been times when I've got off work at like 8 o'clock in the morning, right? I go to Starbucks. I need my fix, right? You guys already know how much of a caffeine addict I am, right? My blood is practically gushing it out, right? And there's been times where I'm not a morning person. I'm like a zombie first thing in the morning. It's like, right, coffee now, or I will murder you, right? And there's times when I'm stuck behind morning people or happy people in the morning. It's like, I want to kill you. Or when they can't decide what they want in the half hour it takes to get from the fucking queue, while they're still, from the queue to the counter, It's obviously rush hour time and all that. And it's like, okay, for fuck's sake, I will pay for your fucking drink to get out of my fucking way or I'll murder you. Let me get my fix now. But yeah.
I might be one of those people because I'm like, hi, how's it going? Let's talk about all these things in the morning, and I'm just straight up like that.
Oh god, oh god.
Like, I think you would buy all my drinks because I'd be like, hi, Simon, oh, waiting in line, it's so much fun, blah, 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 and you'd be like, Arr.
Yeah, you won't even get a sentence out of me in the morning. I honestly, my eyes are like fucking snake slits sort of thing, and the most you get is like sort of, which is hilarious. Like, my sister, bless her, is a full-on morning person, right? Jim, how are you for mornings? Are you like a morning person, night person, hummingbird sort of thing?
More of a night person.
Right. Like, for you, are mornings sort of like, yeah, let's get up, let's do things. Yay, life is awesome. Or you're like me, zombie.
I'm probably a zombie for about 10 minutes, and then once I get moving, I'm usually okay. Once I'm awake, I'm okay, and just it might be like 10 minutes, and I'm like, I'll be that cheery, kind of cheery morning person usually once I'm awake.
Right, so you're more in the hummingbird category.
A little bit.
I mean, you're like the happy, nice balance sort of thing.
Something like that, yeah.
I don't know how the fuck you guys do it. I really don't. I envy you.
Honestly, Simon, it's something I think you have to be born with, because I don't have to eat or do anything. Like, I just simply wake out of bed, and sometimes I don't even have, like, breakfast or anything. I'll go to work, and I'll be like, hi, everybody, how's it going? I'm gonna go in the snack bin and raid some Pop-Tarts, and that's gonna be my breakfast. By the way, I already did all these things, like, before I even, like, went to work. I washed some dishes and, painted this wall before, like, even doing anything, and then, it's just something you have to be born with, I swear. It's just a personality trait. It's not even something you can change about yourself.
It's like, as far as that goes, the closest thing I've had to that was a couple of years back in the summer. You know what it's like in the summer, like June, July sort of time, when weather's nice, and it's like, right, let's go fit and healthy sort of thing, right? And so I thought, right, fuck it, let's go for a workout, go for a run, etc., right? So I'm bearded up, I've got circles and bags underneath my eyes. Obviously, I'm in a workout gear, right? And so baggy clothes and all that, hoodie, etc. I got mistaken as a homeless person when I took a break.
That's amazing. Free money. Fuck yeah.
Oh, no, even better. This is going to make me sound so horrible right now. So I'm sitting down on a bench at the time, right? Because obviously I've been for a run. I can't move for shit, right? But, I did it, did some press-ups and some other things, like all fitnessy shit. Is it doing a workout, right? So
Sorry, we're like way on tangent here, so just get it done, get it going.
Go back to Dark Souls, or whatever
yes.
your second thing was.
Yes, second thing. Okay. Okay. So I've been playing Bloodborne, right? Prior to getting Dark Souls 3, right?
I played that briefly. I had it for a little while. I tried it. It took me like 25 minutes to figure out how to equip the weapons.
Right. It took me.
I got murdered. I'm like, okay, I'm in the underworld. And Mole's like, okay, you're in the underworld. You're gonna get a sword and a gun now. I'm like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Then I got the sword and the gun after I figured out where to get it. Then I went back to the world of living, and then I was still swinging my unnaturally long arms around. For just, I'm like, okay, how do I do the weapons? Like, no, in the menu. I'm wearing the menu. It's like, that's how I equip the guy. So I finally figured out how to equip it and do shit. But it really wasn't for me.
Why didn't you just ask? Why didn't you just send me a message and say, like, yo, sorry, how the fuck do you do this shit?
I learned how to do it, but oh my god, fucking patience. I had to wait till people get into the right spot so I don't get fucking camped by all these fucking people. And, like, I hate doing the same thing. Like, after, like, 3 times, if I do the same thing more than 3 times, I'm like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah, I've been so scared shitless by some of the things I've seen in Bloodborne. It's like fucking Cthulhu horror shit, right? But I'll tell you one thing. Sorry, off topic. Well, slightly topicy. So I'm one of the bosses on Bloodborne. Bloodstar Beast. It's a fucking flayed beast thing. It's a frantic motherfucker, right? So I get it down to the last morsel of health. One more hit, and I would have died, right? And I die. It doesn't hit me. But here's the fucking horrible thing. I then realize, in my dying moment, before I fade to ash and the whole "you died" screen comes up, is this. The bastard can poison me.
Huh.
I didn't fucking know this until right there. I'm like, you bastard.
That's amazing.
I know. But yes. So, obviously, you guys have played Bloodborne enough to know it's like fucking gothic Cthulhu horror thing, right?
Very much so.
I've somehow convinced my big sis to play Bloodborne.
This is giant pussy, like when it comes to all horror.
There better be a reaction camera set up for this.
That's what I said. She's like My Little Pony, hearts, rainbows, like right, bullshit. Like can't take anything scary.
Yes, she my big sis. She is absolutely awesome, fantastic, and adorable. Right, like full on Princess Pink, life is good, yay, happiness and all that. Like tiny blonde little bugger. Sort of thing, right? And like she doesn't like a lot of horror things or violent, gory things, right? Like she likes, nice, happy things like Minions from Despicable Me, Care Bears, Winnie the Pooh, all the nice, happy things of life that life has to offer. Like bless her, she couldn't even get to the first Resident Evil movie when we watched it, like many, many years ago, right? So to see, although then again, she can get through Game of Thrones, which, again, it's the smoking hot of Kit Harington, so hallelujah.
She's in it for the incest, clearly.
Oh
Really?
God, ugh. No, yuck.
She's in it for the large amount of exposed man dick.
No, there's not a large amount of exposed magic. Don't you
actually-
lie on fucking national television. There's
actually-
like 0.5% like dick, okay, and like 99% tits and vagina. So don't even lie about that, because I demand more dick on screen. Not that I'm like a freaking porn addict, but I'm saying can you at
Clearly.
least show us a bone once in a while so I can pretend you're not horribly cruel against women?
Yeah, it's.
You heard her,
Yeah,
Simon. She wants dick on screen. Go.
He says not twice in one day. That's his rule.
Fair enough.
Not a chance. So yes, so for her to have even agreed to this, I think I might have guilt tripped her into it. I can't even remember how the fuck I even got it. Right?
Well, you are a horribly manipulative bastard. It doesn't surprise me.
That is very, very true. I can be that. So I've got her to agree.
Sorry.
Sorry. So I have got her to agree to this. This is going to be one of the most hilarious things ever.
That's why you have to record it.
Because I showed her like a couple of the bosses that I was fighting at the time, right? And she was like, "Why would you show me this?" Right? And just for shits and giggles, because I went round her flat, her house, and we're hanging out, having a cup of tea, watching telly and all that, and just binging on sweets, chocolate, ice cream, all the lovely unhealthy things that we're addicted to, right? We are fucking sweet fiends. And she had a laptop out. I can't remember what the fuck. Oh yeah, we were looking at holidays, and I was like, "Give me that here for a second." And then I type in Bloodborne opening, and she immediately.
Or as Simon refers to it, blood porn.
Yes, she got in. She got 5 seconds into it. You know, like when you're getting the injection in, and then the wolf thing comes out from the fucking pool of blood. Yeah, she got up to the wolf coming out of the blood, and then she's like, "No, that's too fuck off. No, not a chance." So I promise I will record this because it has to be seen to the world because it's gonna be fucking great. But yes, that is my catch-up shin. I do apologize. I actually took a lot longer. Timo, do you want to go next one?
Sure, I'll go next.
Awesome.
So, my first thing I want to talk about, I kind of wish I was on camera so I could show it, but I'm not, so I won't. But I read the graphic novel Green Lantern Brightest Day,
Ooh.
which is awesome.
Okay.
I will show you on camera after the recording if you'd like to see it, Simon.
Definitely.
I read this because I followed up to, in my other hand here, which I read last week, so I can't talk about this week, but Blackest Night.
You lucky bastard.
Which, if anyone knows, Blackest Night is a large storyline involving the Green Lantern and the other assorted Lantern Corps, where they were all kind of established, and specifically about the Black Lanterns. But the Brightest Day that I did read this week was a follow-up to that event, and the aftermath of the Black Lantern, for all intents and purposes, zombie invasion. And how all the colored lanterns are now working together to try to deal with now that this white light is here, and somebody who has come out of the woodwork trying to capture the entities that represent their various colors of the emotional spectrum that they draw their powers from. And there is more after this. It continues in the Green Lantern War book, which I'm hoping to get next, or War of the Green Lantern, sorry. But that's coming up next. But this book was really good. You see, again, you learn as you go through this, you're learning more about all the colors of lanterns. Of course, the Green Lanterns being the one that we know, but there's the Yellow Lanterns, also known as the Sinestro Corps, the Purple Lanterns, aka the Star Sapphires, the Indigo Lanterns, aka the Indigo Tribe, the Blue Lanterns, the Red Lanterns, and the Orange Lantern Larfleeze.
Nice.
And of course, there are the newly formed, as of these books, White Lanterns, who have just come into existence. The most famous of those going forward in the comics being Swamp Thing and, of course, Kyle Rayner. earlier mentioned as such. And the Black Lanterns are the other book led by the Black Hand and the being known as Necron, the entity representation of death and the Black Lantern power. But overall, Brightest Day, great follow-up. Obviously not the event that Blackest Night was. Blackest Night was a huge event that had been building for years and years. Brightest Day is a great follow-up to Blackest Night. You'll learn a lot more about, more insight into the individual colored lanterns, whereas in the last one it was just, oh, we're all here, let's fight. This one, you get to learn more about the respective beliefs of the different lantern corps. You'll learn more about how they see the world, how they operate, things like that. And how this all reflects on everything, while it's simultaneously learning a little more into Hal Jordan and what his deal is, and how he views his responsibility to the galaxy. So, great graphic novel. Check it out if you get an opportunity. Available at your local library or wherever fine graphic novels are sold.
Sounds fucking awesome.
Indeed. Following on my other news, and we can use this to simultaneously segue into Stacy's news because I know we're both covering it. DCUO.
Yo.
Of course, DC Universe Online, a game that we, the majority of our group has gotten back into as of late. The two of us, Chris the Mole, Marcus Shadow.
I actually did play this week, so.
Yeah, so did I.
I have finally downloaded that, by the way.
You have?
Oh, get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, create a character and get the fuck in there.
I have!
Well, then add us.
Why aren't you friends with any of us?
Because I don't like you.
There you go.
Well, you're an asshole.
Continue. Anyway,
Okay.
he was like doing his Green Lantern Jim thing. And then another person created a character called Green Lantern Jim's aspect, or what was it?
No, we never actually got through all that. Mole was just joking about that. We didn't actually do it. But the idea was I was Green Lantern. I created a new character called Green Lantern Jim, although I've since gone back to running my older characters because Mole has been playing by himself and vastly outleveled everybody.
Of course.
And I had Green Lantern Jim, and we made a joke that Mole should make a character called Green Lantern Jim's Construct, and he should have a green aura and be all transparency green. And then somebody else should make a character called Green Lantern Jim's Construct, so that my Construct is a Green Lantern who also has a Construct.
Nice.
And then Marcus Shadow would come in and make a character called Green Lantern's Construct, and he would just kill the whole joke.
There you go.
Yes, he's always got to be in on things.
Indeed. So anywho, it's been a lot of fun. I've gotten back into my two main characters, Palantir and Gold Phoenix Ranger. I've been running a lot of alerts and raids, mostly with Marcus Shadow, but occasionally with Anastasia and Mole as well.
I'm level 50 bitches.
But I know, we've been building the characters up. Mole, his character, Spectacular Girl, is up around level 90-something. Has outleveled everyone because he went and bought all the episode DLCs and things, so he has a lot of additional access. And also, he joined a league that's been helping him get his character leveled as well and giving him a lot of cool items. I'm debating whether I want to put more money into this game or not. Part of me,
I can just say that right now.
Yeah, I really don't. But part of me really wants to have a teleporter and a second armory. But I'm not sure if I want to give them $10, $15 to have that. So I'm debating with myself.
I want to give them zero money.
But it's a very fun game. I have some of the DLCs already that I bought a while back, and it's a fun getting back into it, being able to build my characters up to the end game content again, beyond the point where they had been the previous time we played, and seeing a lot of this new end game content. I think Palantir's at 62 right now. He's my healer, sorcery healer that I run, and of course, Gold Phoenix Ranger is my myself, basically, my fire DPS. And yeah, it's been fun seeing a lot of things. I've been getting a lot of cool base items and personalizing the bases of those two characters. I do like the base system, where you can get base items that customize your own headquarters with both items that drop, and also you can purchase amenities such as a teleporter, a bank, a vendor, all kinds of good things like that.
You know, you can also get that like generator thing, and just put your generator and get all those fucking like might and.
Yeah, so you get a bunch of those bonus tokens to slot them in your generator, and as long as you pay in-game money, which you can generate easily enough to power.
No, you don't have to pay the in-game money. You just have to keep your like generator running.
Right, which you have to spend in-game money to buy the batteries.
No, like you can actually use like you don't have to use real-world money. You can use the in-game.
That's
money.
why I said in-game money.
Oh, I thought you said real-world money. Sorry.
No, I said in-game money.
Okay, sorry, I can't hear.
Oh, HP. Old age will do that to you.
Yeah. You need to stop masturbating to Simon and pay attention to the conversation.
Honestly.
Anyway, But yeah, so with your in-game money, you can power the batteries to keep your generator running, and you can get a lot of bonuses and things. So that's also very fun. My
Considering money doesn't buy a lot of stuff, it
finalization.
mostly costs marks. You know,
Yeah, a
you
lot
can
of things cost marks in the game. You can also get, if your generator's powered, you can use marks to buy things in your built-in vendor that's in your place. You can buy a sidekick, or a generic sidekick, or generic reinforcements to help you out, and a bunch of other cool things that you can summon in the field, which is nice. And if you have more than one armor, you can switch between your costumes. I redid Palantir's entire costume, which looks pretty cool. Even though he looks like a Dr. Fate ripoff, he looks cool nonetheless. And I said Green Lantern Jim I built up a little bit. I'll get back into him at some point, but given that we're running high-level endgame content right now, I've been sticking with my main two. I also have level 60 Psychosis on the villain side, who, if we ever go back to villains, I'll be running him at the high level, which he's always been my favorite character. I like him. Mental Controller for the win. So, yeah, DCUO's been a lot of fun. A lot of the new things they've been running, I just for the first time ran the Mole took me into the alert or the duo that takes place in the enemy base, like the police station if you're a villain, or the nightclub if you're a hero, where you fight a bunch of villains in there. That was really fun. I hadn't gotten to do that yet. I'm running some of this high level stuff too, that I haven't done in a long time, and it's fun to get back into it and see what I can do. And I like they redid the gear drops, so you can get good gear. It's been a lot of fun playing it, and as I've been going through. And this week, as the Market Shadow and I basically been running, trying to get more base items, and trying to generally, basically what you do, get some gear to up our we usually run the alerts rather than the raids, but trying to get some gear to up our combat ratings. So that's
I had to run, or at least queue myself for all the things, because it took way too fucking long.
It does take a long time. I will also say one thing that Mole did show me earlier this week that really helped me out was how to get to Central City. Because I hadn't known how to do that up to that point. It's a portal down in the hangar underneath the tech wing. And Central City is, if you have the Lightning DLC, you can access that. And basically, it's actually another city. It's not a full city. It's a portion of one. But you can run around and catch bounties of the Flash villains. There's a lot of other missions you can do. And there's a vendor there that sells tier 2.5 armor.
Although Captain Cold is fucking just walking down Metropolis like nobody's business.
Some of the villains are, yeah, I know. I have to be careful around Palantir's base, because half the time I go over there and the Weather Wizard's camped outside my base, and I'm like, God damn it.
And it's funny, me and Mo have the exact same base. We chose the same area, so I just have to exit my base and then re-enter and then choose his.
That's helpful.
That is handy.
I just moved GPR's base because he had the smaller deco base, and I expanded that out to the larger.
I think the 3-level base.
Yeah, the larger 3-level base. I can't remember what the style is called, but not the Gothic, but the other one they give you by default with the DLC. So that was cool. But yeah, I like the tier 2.5 armors, because number one, the tier 3 armors don't have rings or necklaces or trinkets, I don't think. So that's really helpful to have a 2.5 you can get for that. And the trinkets, but the Flash trinket, I got one the other day, is really cool. It actually puts you in a Flash suit, and it gives you a massive boost to your stats temporarily, which is fun. Very cool. But yeah, that armor's been a big help in boosting combat rating and seeing all the cool stuff you can do in Central City, which I knew was a thing, but I didn't know how to get there. So that was sensible showing me. I've been taking advantage of that for the gear and some of the other cool stuff there. So that's been a big help as well. Overall, just building the characters, trading base items around, building up the bases of all the characters, and just having a lot of fun. And it really is a lot of fun. And I encourage you, it's a free game, you don't have to spend any money on it. You can download it, get 2 free characters, and do whatever you want with it. You'll still get a default base at the right level. You'll still get default access to base versions of most of the features, and you'll have a lot of fun. And maybe if you spend $5 on anything, you can become a premium, and you'll get a bunch more character slots, and get in more easily and get some other cool stuff. And if you're playing on PlayStation 4 and not PC, the two are compatible right now, though. You'll be on the same server and you can play with each other even if you're on the different systems. But if you're on PS4 and you're new to the game, do yourself a favor and go online to the PlayStation Store and download yourself the PS4 Starter Pack for DCUO, which is free, which will give you access to the Green Lantern and, by extent, Yellow Lantern power sets, as well as a free...
I had to pay for that shit.
Oh, so did I. As well as a free green aura for your character and some free consumable shit. So
I'm quite good, thank you.
So go get all that free stuff, and you'll have fun with that.
Simon's aura.
Yes.
Yes, it's purple and fabulous.
Actually, it's pink.
Yeah, it's actually orange, but...
No, you have to remember, Marcus Shadow has a character that's you, and your aura is pink.
The twat.
Yeah. Anyway. So now to me.
So DCUO. So now to your other catch up there for you.
Yes.
All right. So my main one that I want to talk about. Have you heard of an indie game called? I think it's an indie game, or at least it's made by like indie peoples. Like if not owned by a larger company, it's still made by indies. Firewatch.
Yeah.
You heard
Haven't
of it?
heard of it.
Okay, Sammy, you've heard of it though.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to call it pretentious shit, but that's a little too unkind, and just a little bit. Because, like, a lot of games and a lot of indie games, I get it, they're different experiences, different takes. They, don't play by, like, the rules of a lot of other games. That's fair enough. You make the game you want to make, and you're trying to, like, express or get the point across that you like. But just because you don't explain things doesn't always mean it's better or you're trying to probe minds. Sometimes you just make people ask questions to think more about your game or get people to make videos about explaining your game because you couldn't be asked to do it. So, like, and I feel like this had a really good concept because if you're not familiar, Jim, the concept is you're this hiker dude who is taking a break, emotional break from his wife who has dementia.
Am I the annoying fat hiker that constantly walks around and challenges me to a battle with one Pokemon?
Okay, no, he walks around, and he just has this whole, like, communication with this woman who just have her voice, and she's she's a lookout, so she's a ranger, and basically all you have is her voice, and she, like, guides you through the area and tells you what to do as a ranger, but you never see her, because she's in the other lookout tower. So you're pretty much developing this, like, just relationship with this girl just based on her voice, and, like, that's it. And it's a very, like, interesting concept. It takes place in the 80s. There's no internet or anything, so this is literally your only human interaction. And that part is really interesting.
This is basically The Little Mermaid. Prince Eric fell in love with her voice and didn't know what she looked like and then assumed that Ursula was her because of the voice.
Okay,
He loved the voice. He didn't give a shit about the girl.
There's no human interaction in this, like, at all through the whole game. Like, there is, like, some people, like, off in the distance yelling at you. There's a guy who shines his flashlight at you. That's about it. There's some guy who hits you in the back of the head, but, like, there's no real, like, human interaction. So, but this is a spoiler for anyone who's played it. The lazy part is, like, there's a lot of things that don't make sense in here to add to, like, the mystique or to the mystery or, like, artsy-fartsy stuff. Like, there's this weird fucking person who writes down all the dialogue that you've had with this chick named Delilah, and you kind of create a friendship with her because you've been talking to her for, like, months or whatever, and you're, like, buddies because she's literally the only person you can talk to. But there's this person who's a fucking creeper who wrote down, like, a transcript of, like, all your, like, dialogue, your friendship, basically everything you've had, your whole, like, relationship, and is really fucking creepy. So he's like, holy shit, maybe someone, intercepted our, like, transmission or whatever. Now, and then, like, as soon as she...
It's called a stalker.
Yeah, right? And it's the first thing that took me out of this and made me, like, kind of be like, wait, what? Like, is that this Delilah, she's, like, your superior. She's been a ranger for 10 years. Like, literally, all they do is she communicates with her lookouts, with the walkie-talkies, to make sure her lookouts are where they're supposed to be. And that's, like, her, like, job. She's just walkie-talkie, lookout, protector person. Okay? And she tells me that she doesn't know how a like, a hand, like, radio can be, like, intercepted and how you can look at somebody else's, or hear somebody else's frequency. Are you fucking kidding me? You're telling me that you've been using hand radios for 10 years, and you didn't know about how radio signals work, like, at all? Like, you didn't know that you could just dial into pretty much any radio signal? Like,
so what is it what you're saying is she's shitty Forest Oracle?
No, but, like, it's not even, like, I don't even think you could physically do your job if you didn't know this information, like, about how, because you have to switch from, like, one lookout person to the next lookout person. How the fuck are you doing that if you're not, like, changing channels? But, like...
Well, they could all be on the same channel and just talking to one at a time. I mean, a lot of places will do that. Everybody on one channel so everybody can hear everybody.
You can't hear or communicate with any of the other lookouts. It's only her who was kind of, like, I guess, operator or whatever. So she has to deliberately switch, like, all the things. But, like, it's, like, weird things like that. And then, like, later she tries to make you feel safe by buying you a new radio, and if you, like I said before, you know that's not the radio. It's like if someone's tracking your phone. Oh, I bought a new phone, but I kept the same number, or whatever. It's not gonna fucking change anything. And it's weird shit like that. That's like, what? Like, this doesn't make sense. And this isn't, like, mystery or anything. This is just fucking stupid. And then, like, there's, like, this whole, like, plot twist with this kid that she got attached to with this other lookout, but then he, like, left and they thought they just pieced out and, decided not to be a lookout anymore. And, spoiler, this is, like, the ending, kind of. He, like, dies because the father's shitty father. And there's, like, this scientific camp that's trying to research their personalities and about how people react when faced with isolation. They're only, like, can interact with one other person. And there's this whole study thing. And the game suggests that the dad, who went crazy at the loss of his son, put a metal gate around this whole entire facility, created the science lab, faked all the science notes, and like did all this shit. Now I'm not like saying the game deliberately says it, but it kind of wraps up saying,
why would he do that?
Exactly, because he's a random hobo guy. He can't make a fucking chain link fence around this whole area up here. He doesn't have any money. His one job he quit. But like he's the only person.
So it implies it more than anything else.
It implies it, like, because he says, like, this is the bad guy, you got him, you caught him, it's done. But, like, there's all this other science shit that happened that, like, and, like, this, like, there's, like, you go upon this, like, science camp with all these, like, personality studies based on their interactions and how, like, you would react in, like, the wild or whatever, and he couldn't have done any of that shit. Like, none of that shit he could have possibly done. He's not gonna, like, he didn't have all the expensive, like, tech and everything else. And this was a whole interesting side of it. And it's like, where the fuck did that go? You just stopped it. And then it's like, no, it was him the whole time or whatever. Like, and it heavily implies, because he's the only target. There's no, like, actual, like, names or people of the science stuff. And it's like, well, what the fuck was going on there? And they just kind of left it, and it's like, oh, that's such a wasted potential. Like, I wanted to know how all these things would tie together, and it's like, this thing happened, and maybe this other stuff happened, and you're done now. It literally is like you're done now because, like, you're about to finally meet the chick who is the voice, and I was so looking forward to meeting her. Like, even if it was just like, here's your face, and that's it. But no, fucking bitch, like, they said, like, hey, by the way, this game also has choices, but spoiler alert, they mean absolutely nothing. They just change a slightly bit of dialogue, and sometimes they don't even do that. Like, you say, hey, chick, don't, like, because there's a forest fire, and they're evacuating. It's like, hey, chick, wait for me. And she goes, you have an option to say, go on ahead or wait for me. I chose wait for me. Guess what she motherfucking didn't do? Didn't wait for me, you fucking bitch. You said you would. And then you go on her radio, you see your lookout tower from her point of view. You're like, yo, what the fuck up? You didn't freaking, wait for me, because I wanted to see her face, like just a glimpse of her face of this woman you've been talking to for like 4 hours now. And motherfucker, she's like, oh, I couldn't wait anymore, even though I waited so long. And you know what? There's an option there, and it's kind of summarized my feeling of the game. I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. I am kind of mad actually, but more so I'm disappointed because I really liked it. I really liked it like halfway through. It was super interesting, the relationship and all this stuff. But then when you decided to like fuck it all and just throw it all on this one like crazy dad dude who lived in the woods and got his own mind messed up because he lost his kid, like that's when I lost it. So I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. And then it just ends like that. And you know what? Even if you decide not to go on the helicopter and save yourself anyway, it still ends. Like, no, you're done. The game, I like that. Like, the game says, like, no, you're done. You can't play anymore than this point. If you decide, like, you didn't want to do that one particular thing the game wanted you to do. It's like, oh, fuck you. Like, it still takes the controller away. So, oh my god. Like I said, great concept, horribly executed, and lazy running. Supposedly it took 2 years. I'm going to say it took 2 years animating because it is fucking beautiful. It is super beautiful. So I'm going to say it took 2 years animating. Writing, it probably took like 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So, yeah, I'd say don't pay for it.
Okay.
And don't play it because it's really not worth it.
I definitely want to go to Bash, though, at some point. I remember hearing little bits and bobs about, here and that sort of thing, and the concept of it very much intrigued me.
It's super interesting. It's just like you kind of gave up halfway through.
Yes, I will definitely give it a shot at some point.
Oh, don't give it a shot, because it's not worth the $10. Like, if anything, I don't usually recommend this, watch an LP of it because you'll be glad. Because I was like, oh, Let's Play.
Oh, Right.
Just because I was thinking of watching a Let's Play before buying this, but then it's on actually on sale for the PS4 right now, 20% off. It's $15. I think it's on Steam for like $9. I'd go for the $9 one if you have to buy it, but like it's really not worth it because I was like, because when it came to the ending, I'm like, oh man, I should have fucking watched a Let's Play of this. You're not worth it. You both stole my time and my money. Not mad, I'm just disappointed and slightly passive aggressive.
Very passive aggressive.
Like he says these stupid fucking things that you deliberately know are lies, and it's like, why are you lying, game? Or do a better job of lying, or like at least have consistency in your character.
And breathe, madam. Otherwise, you're probably gonna have a hernia.
Yeah, it's rar.
And as funny as that would be, we don't want to say that, do we? Do we, Jim Bob?
Jim says yes.
Yes. The sounds explodes.
So, yeah, I think we can move into our topic.
But yes. Yes. We finally got there eventually.
Took long enough.
Been a long way. Blah, 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 blah. I don't know the song. Yes.
What the hell are you trying to sing?
I can't remember the. What's the song again? You know the.
You're allowed to sing Sweet Transvestite. We already know this.
No. I can't remember the actual name. Never mind.
What is it from?
I haven't got a clue. I've been hearing it on the radio like on knock a couple of times. I know it's already out and all, but I can't remember who the fuck sings it.
Okay then.
Oh fuck, what was it again?
You can think about it when we're doing our.
Anyway, but yes, our lovely topic of awesomeness is stage plays, musicals, and all that jazz. No pun intended.
Ha ha.
So I'm going to open up the floor to my two lovely cohorts.
I was gonna say Jim's probably gonna be in Star Kid.
Of course.
Yeah, because they're like amazing, and they're and I don't think Mo was like all about original productions or whatever. I don't give a shit. But my favorite one is an original one. Is Starship. What was the one with Starship Ranger?
Starship.
It was just Starship. Okay, I wasn't sure if it was the Starship Ranger. Okay, yeah, that's my favorite one because the puppeteering is awesome. The characters are awesome.
I thought your favorite one was me and my dick.
That's my second favorite one.
Okay.
Because my favorite ones are the independent ones.
The original ones, you mean? The ones that are not parodies of properties, yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what as far as Star Kid goes, I've seen a couple of things of this stuff. My favorite one of their production team is Heavily Musical Batman, hands down.
Yes, what for Batman?
Heavily Musical Batman.
Okay.
Did you ever see that?
Yes. I didn't know if I couldn't tell if you were talking about the musical or the guy who played Batman, if you were talking about the character.
No, the actual musical.
That's the musical as a whole. Okay.
Yeah.
Speak up,
yeah,
man.
Sorry. It's 1:30 in the morning over here. Time differences. But yeah. Yeah, like I fucking love that. It was so fucking funny, you know. Speaking of which, have you guys seen? Okay, you guys have obviously went through high school and well, just school in general. Okay, maybe except Pew, but still.
Youngin.
Did you guys ever have like you guys have to do like Shakespeare and all that kind of crap? And you guys
I would stage crew by choice, but yeah.
Yeah. I remember a few years back, I like part of like a class assignment, we had to go and see Midsummer Night's Dream, and here's the kicker: in Indian. It was an
Nice.
Indian production crew.
Okay then.
And most of it was in Indian. I don't speak a fucking word of Indian.
Holy shit! Really, I would never known.
like, you know, as far as like foreign linguas go, you know, I can speak a bit of French. I can hold a conversation with in Japanese.
He can speak with his dick, but he cannot speak in Indian.
That is a language in itself. And I only know about 3 words in fucking Chinese. I know hello, I know calling someone a bastard, and I know congratulations, you're going to be a grandmother.
That's really like oddly specific. Like, congratulations, you're gonna be a grandmother. Hello and your best. I kind of imagined if someone went up to you and said, "Hello, this bastard impregnated me, and now I'm going to be a grandmother, or she's going to be a grandmother."
Handy things. Trust me, they'll come in handy at some point. Over the course of life.
Well, I wish you then the best for you and your grandchildren, Simon. Your
I will
Chinese babies and all.
I will teach them to gym at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, like, so it was a very, very weird experience, to say the very least. I mean, like, the last musical that I went to see live and stuff was Priscilla, Queen of the Desert.
Oh, fuck yeah!
Yeah.
Priscilla Desert, it's like Simon the Musical.
Like, I had no idea what the fuck it was. You know, I was literally going in blind, and
I did too, and I was like, oh, naked Aussies, sign me up!
I fucking loved it. It was just fabulous.
It was amazing. The songs were great. The costumes were great. Oh my god, I love the audience participation they had. At least when I went to Broadway, that's what they did. I don't know if they did that in your show, but it was fucking cool.
Bastard. Okay, I forget you guys live in New York, so I'm now beyond jealous that you guys have been on seen Broadway.
Yeah, because they had this guy who I swear looked like the most like suit and tie guy, right?
Yeah.
I swear, like the most like straight up like I'm not even interested, I'm here for my wife kind of guy. And they pulled him up and they got him dancing like with all these dudes who were like standing here with these little like freaking like cod pieces pretty much, and they're fucking just going at it right next to the dude in the suit. And I was laughing my ass off because he was like, you know what? I'm gonna show everyone the real side of me. And he just started busting out like you wouldn't have expected that like he was like the guy. He looked all like serious and surly, and then he just started busting out. Like I almost thought that they must have placed him or something because I asked him later, and he's like, no, I just like me and my wife just love this stuff, and it was so funny though. I was dying, but it was great.
Nice.
That is awesome. Like, legit. That's fucking great.
Another thing I was saying about the Starship one, I really love how some people play multiple parts. That's impressive in itself, and also the puppeteering, amazing.
Oh yeah.
And also doing that while singing, all these things combined.
Yeah, actually in Starship, everybody plays a dual role except for Joe Walker, who plays Up, and Joey Richter, who plays Bug. Other than those two, everyone plays a double role in that show.
Yeah. And like I said, they're doing the puppeteering while they're doing it. It's not like they're in costume and shit. Well, some people are, but it's mostly the puppeteering.
Yep, which is a lot of fun. And there's the human characters when they're in human characters, they're in costume. So it's you get both. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's really great. It's just a wonderful experience.
Indeed.
And Me and My Dick, oh my god, I watched that, and it's hard to get like a good recording of that. Like, it's super, because that's one of the really old ones. That's the first
Yeah, that's the thing. The earlier productions, the production quality was not that good because they weren't planning on this being a huge thing 7-8 years after the fact.
Because this is like literally like somebody in the audience recording or something. The sound was just
Pretty
like...
much, they had somebody with a camcorder and they went out and they recorded it. They didn't have, full-on microphones and everything else in the show.
So it's hard to like share this with people and be like, hey, this thing's freaking awesome.
Yeah, you gotta really be willing to sit down and get into it because the audio and video quality is not the best.
Simon, have you seen Me and My Dick? Have you seen it? Simon?
Did we lose Simon?
Okay, so basically this is about Simon and his dick since he's not here to defend himself. And it takes something you think is just crude and like South Parky and like a bunch of like fucking like just disgusting humor, and it's amazing. It's got heart, it's got soul, it's got intelligence. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's fucking dancing dick, so what did you expect? But like it's actually really intelligent and surprises you. Like it just takes a really, really interesting concept about like sexuality. And like I just love the guy who played, I think is the old Snatch. He's my favorite. Oh my god, he's the fucking best.
Nick Strauss.
He is the fucking best. Oh my god, cause like all the old used vaginas are like old freaking like flapper girls, and it's just fucking amazing. Oh god, their production is so good, and all like the freaking dicks have like little hats on and everything. Oh god, it's hilarious. and it's actually intelligent. Songs are well written. It has, like, the song says, like, I think it's one of the songs, it's got heart, or it's all in the heart, or something like that. This has got heart.
Listen to your heart.
Yeah. Oh, you're back,
Yeah.
Simon.
He is
Yeah,
fast.
sorry about that.
Oh, I said the whole entire production was
Fucking
about your dick.
twat.
It's alright,
Because
it's
you
alright.
were here. So,
It's alright, I can always go back.
have you seen the production of Me and My Dick?
Unfortunately not. A friend of
You
mine...
should try to see it. It's on YouTube, but the only thing is, sometimes audio can be like a little bit difficult during the speaking parts because it's literally someone with a camcorder. Because this is one of their really earlier ones, so it's hard to like kind of watch in that sense. But if you can get into it, you can get really into it, and it's amazing. So basically, this person is like a regular dude, and then his dick is a separate character that attached by a string.
What?
Yeah. And this guy, he just walks around, and he just like all the like I mentioned to the audience, all used vaginas, like all these slutty girls, the vaginas are like 1920s flapper girls because that's how old and used they are, and that's how
Okay.
experienced they are.
Please stop right there. That's...
No, but see, like this thing has a lot of like you think it's like a bunch of shitty like shit humor, but it's actually really fucking intelligent. And this has got like a lot of heart, and it's wonderful. It's a really interesting look into like human sexuality, and like it's just fucking hilarious. It's amazing. Like what other play we have flying vaginas in? Like, come on.
Flying? What?
Yes. In fact, it's a song, The Flight of the Vaginas. Anyway, it's just amazing. Like, my favorite character is, like, the lead vagina. This name is Old Snatch.
Okay.
And it's played by, both vaginas are played by guys. And this one guy, he has, like, a freaking beard and everything. Like I said, they're just, like, 1920s girls, because they're, like, so worldly experienced in, like, 80, you know? And it goes to show...
No, that's not true. Only the old snatches, the old, like I said, effectively what it is, Simon, is that because, there's all these different characters, and all their genitals are characters, and so the joke with the genital characters is that they'll represent, a representation based on that particular person. For example, in the case of the main character and Dick, and the female lead, played by Jamie Lynn Beatty, Sally, and Miss Cooter, the idea is that they're inexperienced because they're both virgins, whereas the old snatch belongs to the girl that's the school whore that's been with everybody. So he's, this old grizzled guy with, talks the Brooklyn accent like this. It says "yous" and things like this.
Feel like 1920s
and stuff like that. Meanwhile, one of the other ones is Flopsy, who is experienced, but only with the one guy, because the one girl's been dating the same guy all throughout school. So she's experienced, but only with the one guy, and her shtick is, she's bored with just being the one dude. So.
Yeah, and
all
then
kinds
there's
of
like,
different aspects of
and
sexuality.
there's like a giant black dick too. So, and there's a tiny little like
Big
Asian
T,
dick.
big T.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving swiftly along.
Yeah. So I'm just saying. So you
need to
gotta
watch it, Simon. It's amazing.
Yeah, you really need to watch it. Hell, if you want someone to watch it with you, I will watch it with you.
One of my friends who I went to college with, like they are very. They're more of a musical fan than I am, and they found this and told me.
I found that hard to believe.
Believe me, there's a lot of people more musical loving than I am. They stumbled across this, and it was like, okay, dude, you gotta go and see this. You're gonna watch this shit out, and I'm like, okay, I'll get round to it. And then completely forgot about it. So
basically, you really need to do it, okay?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So what are some of the stage shows, musicals, whatever that you guys have seen or personally enjoyed?
Let's continue on the theme for a little bit here because we were already there. Of course, Starkin is at the point where they are on. They are their 10th musical.
Oh, what's their latest one?
Oh, well, the musical. Well, forthcoming. It'll be for the spring season, forthcoming in May and June. I think May and June. I think it's the end of May into June. Forthcoming will be Firebringer.
What's that about?
They just crowdfunded it on Kickstarter a while ago. I gave them $15.
Nice.
Which is cool. And they did a lot of crowdfunding. They raised way more than they hoped to, like $150,000, which they surpassed the amount they raised on the Kickstarter for Twisted, the untold story of a royal vizier a few years ago. And this new production, Firebringer, is effectively going to be taking place around the dawn of time, or around the dawn of mankind, anyway. The idea, and this, you'll like this, Stacey. You'll approve of this. Is that they're using this production is going to focus primarily on the women of Starkid.
Okay. Wait,
So
are
it's
they
gonna be-
playing women? Because I know a lot of the women play men.
No. It's all the women are playing women.
Okay.
It's the lead characters. Lauren Lopez, one of the longest running and most favorite Starkids, will be playing the lead, Zazalo. She basically the premise is that she's in it. Meredith Stepien, Rachel Soglin, Jamie Lynn Beatty, all the main Starkid girls that you know. Denise Donovan is in there, and a couple of new women who are new to Starkid that you'll be seeing, as well as some of your classics, of course. Joey Richter, Joe Walker, and Brian Holden, of course. For the guy side, but effectively the premise is that it's a tribe of cave women, and that the character being played by Lauren Lopez is an outsider, and she's kind of been like, the one that doesn't follow the rules, where I think Meredith's character is the one who leads the tribe and establishes the rules and everything. And, she led everybody to peace and everything, but Zazzle doesn't like peace. But Zazzle ends up, even though she's the outsider and shunned by everybody, she discovers fire, which is the biggest discovery ever. And so, because she's discovered this, she's going to have to use this knowledge and overcome the kind of person she is to rise to herodom to become the Firebringer.
Interesting.
And to take on a variety of prehistoric predators, including the most dangerous predator of all, Snarl.
I think they said Snarf, like from here.
No, Snarl. Snarl, who, judging by the images, I believe is a very large saber-toothed tiger.
The Yellow Ranger.
Pretty much. So, it looks like it's a lot of fun. They're working on that now. That'll be premiering at the Stage 773 for the Starkid summer season coming up. There'll be a lot of other little things going on. They'll be selling live stream tickets for this on Giggity.tv, as well as, of course, tickets to see it in person if you're in the Chicagoland area. And it should be a lot of fun. So that's gonna be coming up. They may want to do something else come this summer, but they're gonna wait and see what happens there. And there may be another show involved, something else happening. There were some hints, so we'll see. So that's a lot of fun.
One was the Oregon Trail one, because you actually got to vote and participation of the characters.
Yes,
you had to vote who died. That was amazing.
Yeah, that one. That was last year. Pew and I actually went down to New York City and saw that one live. That was a lot of fun.
I voted for the daughter.
Yeah, because I told you to. And the reason that production is a lot of fun. Simon, do you remember the computer game, The Oregon Trail?
Unfortunately not, but carry on.
Well, you fail.
He fails at childhood on multiple levels.
I forgot. He's a fucking baby. I always forget. Well, anyway, back in our day, mine more than Pew's, because even Pew's a few years younger than me.
You're like 1 year older. Shut up.
How old are you?
I'm 26.
I'm 29.
Oh wait, sorry. I didn't know you were really fucking old. I'm sorry. I didn't know the handicap sticker in your car. You should have said I'm fuck old. Like that's what I already got it.
Anyway.
Okay, get on to the fucking show.
So anyway, baby Simon and toddler Pew.
Pretty much.
As I was saying.
Okay, Angelica.
Well, that makes me Tommy then. Fantastic.
Pretty much. Baby's got to do what a baby's got to do. Anyway.
Indeed.
As I was saying, we went and saw there was a computer game a long time ago called The Trail to Oregon. It was one of the early DOS games back when home computers were first a thing back in the 80s. Right. And it was a very popular game, and all the schools had it, and all the kids liked to play it when they were in the computer lab having the computer class, and they weren't being made to do work at that time. And everybody played this game. It was a fun game where basically you were given you created some names for these characters, and you had this family, and the goal was to get them from Independence, Missouri to Oregon. And you had to go along the trail, and you had to choose the supplies, the things you were going to bring with you, choose actions, and how to respond to things along the way.
Like when to hunt, when not, when to go on a grueling pace, measure food. Basically, you had to kind of and a lot of you're doing a lot of historical places and interacting with historical things, and you have to do a lot of smart decision making.
Right, so you have to do shit basically. Gotcha.
Right, and there are several things that became famous from the game. Number one, the game itself, and the two things that became famous were ways people died, because you always died. Very few people had that skill to make it to Oregon. Nobody ever made it there. And so the two ways people died most often is A, they died of dysentery. Or B, they died tried to ford the river with their wagon and their oxen died. And
Sounds lovely.
those are always the famous things that happen. Well, anyway, Jeff
Hey,
Blim.
1800s was shit time, so what do you expect?
Yeah. So anyway, Jeff Blim of Starkid fame, of course, joining Starkid during the Batman production. You might know him as Sweet Tooth. He joined around as the villain in that production, Sweet Tooth, but he's been around in a few ever since. He played Aladdin in the Twisted production. Well, he wrote this entire show.
Awesome.
What's that?
Awesome.
Yes, and he'd been working on this for like 10 years. And there were a lot of changes, a lot of things that were changed around, but eventually it became the story of a family going, on the trail to Oregon. And the idea being the songs and a lot of things in production played up a lot of the jokes from the game that people knew. And the first thing they started to make a lot like the game is the audience got to name the members of the family. There was Jeff Flynn played the dad, Rachel Soglin the mother, and Jamie Lynn Beatty the daughter, Lauren Lopez the son, because Lauren Lopez has to play a man in every other production. It's like a contractual rule. And the grandpa played by Corey Doris.
All I remember is the son was Guy Fieri.
Yeah, they
and the daughter was the daughter I think was Brian Holden.
The daughter was Brian Holden, and then he actually cameoed, which made that production particularly special. Yeah. And I complimented him on that after the show when we met him everybody was standing out in the street after the show. I didn't mention that to him when he walked by. Anyway, effectively, everybody names the family members and tries to name them the funniest things possible because the names get used throughout the production, so it's funny. And then there's also a vote when everybody comes in as to which family member will die inevitably of dysentery at the end. And so people vote, and the winner of the vote gets to sing the song "When You Gotta Go."
Mm-hmm.
And so each show is inevitably different. There's inevitably a little improv here and there, and it's always a lot of fun.
And not to mention, who was it who was like every single villain like ever? Like he had like 80 million costumes.
Yes, Joey Richter, always one of the most popular
That was
Star
fucking
Kids.
impressive. He was going like literally like, oh, okay, take this part off, take a book down. He was like going across like this isn't even like I cross like a thing. This is just moving around one pillar back and forth, this and oh holy shit. Like if there was like a one man show, like this is almost it for like everything else. Like, he was literally like the freaking what do you call it? Not donkey, oxen and the villains.
Yeah, Joey Richter. I mean, if you read the program, he's actually listed as everyone else.
It's literally everyone else.
Yeah, he literally, as the family goes down to Oregon, Joey Richter plays everyone they run into, from the owner of the general store and people giving them advice and independence, to the oxen pulling their wagon, to the villain, Henry McDoon, better known as the Bandit King.
And like, doesn't like the Bandit have like a sidekick or something? And he also plays that.
No, the sidekick is played by Corey Doris, who plays Grandpa. He plays the sidekick, the infamous Cletus Jones.
Okay, before I get the entire thing, wrap it up. Come on.
Yeah, but effectively they make all the songs are really great, and they're jokes about the different things that happened in the game that are now happening to the family as they're literally going down the trail, and it's a lot of fun, and you should go check it out. So that's also available, of course, on YouTube with their other productions. You can see that. At the same time that they initially ran that in Chicago, we saw it in the New York run, but during the initial Chicago run, they also ran Annie, the Star Wars production.
Okay.
Which was a lot of fun. It was about it took place between the prequels and the current films, and that was basically about Annie, aka Darth Vader, who was regretting being a comedy gourd. He was on the Death Star. Basically, he didn't like his crappy desk job on the Death Star, and he wanted to pursue his true dream, and that was pod racing. And so he, when the Emperor's new sidekick shows up, he and her blow the Death Star, go back to Tatooine to win the Boon to Eve pod race. Again.
I don't know. I kind of didn't like that one.
Well, that one was very different because the performers didn't do any of the singing. The hit band Talk Fine, Pierce Siebers and Clark Baxter, Sir Clark Baxter being one of the Starkey music masters, they were singing the songs from the side with the band. So that was very different, and not everybody liked that. Which is why they even, Nick Lang, one of the heads of Starkey, has even said that's why they ran it simultaneously with Oregon, because they knew it was kind of a different thing, and they weren't sure it was going to go over well, which is why they wanted to have the balance of a more traditional show at the same time.
Like, it's cool they're branching out, and you obviously have to do that to see what works and
Oh yeah,
what doesn't.
totally, yeah.
And I totally respect that. And it was fine. It's really weird when you kind of expect Starcade to do singing, and it didn't do singing. Like, the acting was perfectly fine.
Yeah,
It was
Martin
all
Shatter didn't like
great.
that production at all because of the lack of character singing in that. But
Yeah, it was weird, because it takes
yeah.
something, one element, it's almost like the heart of it, and it's gone. So
Yeah, but if you go to their YouTube channel, Starkid has a ton of great musicals. The 3 Harry Potter musicals that are like the bread and butter that really brought them where they are. The aforementioned ones we talked about, the Batman, the Starship, the Me and My Dick.
yeah.
The 2 we just talked about, Annie and Tread Oregon. Twisted, The Untold Story of a Royal Vizier, which is the combination of Wicked but parodying Aladdin instead with a lot of other Disney stuff in there. That's great. All amazing productions you can go check out from them. And not to mention that, but the one of the groups that some of the Starkey members are in called the Tin Can Brothers. That's Joey Richter, Brian Rosenthal, and Corey Lubowich did their own side musical called Spies Are Forever, which is also, I believe, will be at some point available on YouTube, I think.
Cool.
I'm not positive on that. But yeah, a lot of good stuff. So check out Firebringer again coming up soon. You can check that out in late May, early June, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
Might be June into July, I'm not sure, but it's coming out.
So
So
are we
stay
wrapping
tuned for
that up? Are we wrapping that up for you, Simon? Is this your way of saying I'm about to pass out?
So that's
it's just,
it's where he's getting tired of talking about Starkey. He wants to talk about other musicals. So, but yeah, Starkey does a lot of great stuff. You can check out all their content there. I will mention to you briefly, Pew, one of the things that they do have, if you like Starship, there's a Starship sequel.
I heard about that, and I'll have to check that out.
It's called Starship Requiem. It's not publicly available, but for the Kickstarter they ran for the Firebringer coming up, they gave out some stuff, and one of the things they gave out was they gave out the script for Starship Requiem, and they're going to be releasing an audio recording of them performing it in audio to the people who bid up to a certain point in the Kickstarter. And also, you could buy that as a bonus in addition to your bid when they send out the surveys come May. So, if you want to give me, if you want to give me $15, I'll put in to get that as a bonus, so we can listen to that if you want.
I want to see it though.
Well, they're not. Well, they only performed it once, and that was at one convention, and that was a specialized thing. It's not a full production that they've done on it. I can tell you the premise though is
This will be for another time though. Let's go on to other.
Yeah, we'll go on. And they also did another Potter thing they released. But anyway, moving on. Other musicals.
The actual Wicked. Fucking fantastic.
Yes, I saw that on Broadway. That was amazing. That's a great production. I did not get to see it with Idina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth, unfortunately. They had already left the production. But Stephanie Brown does a great job as blah blah blah. I forgot her name.
The great use of scenery
Elphaba.
A great use of scenery, props, and use of your environment and lights and camera and everything. That's fantastic. Like people say it's overrated.
Camera, it's a live production.
No, I mean sorry, I don't mean camera. I meant like how you can zone in like on an area where they make really use of that specific space.
Yeah. Very spacious.
People say it's overrated or whatever, and it's Wicked, but it's really not. Because you know what? Everyone that I've ever heard that say it's overrated hasn't seen it. So you know
Pretty much.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it's a great musical. Like I said, Stephanie Brown does a great job as Elphaba. I hate multiple continuities.
And you know what?
I'm at the point where I want to call her Zelina. I'm like, no, not that one.
You know what would be awesome is because there's a few plays that I want to see. One, How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying.
That looked really good. Yeah.
Monty Python, Holy Grail. And 3, The Book of Mormon.
I want to see The Book of Mormon too. I've listened to the soundtrack to that. It's pretty funny.
It is great. See, I want to see those because these come up on Pandora because there's like a whole I have a whole like musical channel of nothing but show tunes. So like it's just great.
Good stuff. I agree with the Wicked. Stephanie Brown plays Elphaba in Wicked. She was actually the original Elphaba for the original trial runs before they hired Idina Menzel for the final the actual production. And she did a great job, and Wicked was just an amazing production. There is differences from the book. If you're a book elitist, you might not like it, but otherwise, see Wicked, because it's great. I also highly recommend everybody, if you haven't in the last 15 years that it's been in existence, and if you're and if you're over, well, that too, but I'm saying if you're over the age of, say, 18, maybe 18 maybe, but if you're old enough to have done this yourself at some point, and you haven't, go see The Lion King. Do yourself a favor.
I've seen The Lion King.
Oh, speaking of which, one of my buddies, Neil, bless him, he actually just got back from New York very recently, and he actually went to see The Lion King on Broadway.
How was it?
He fucking loved it.
It's awesome.
I heard about
Yes.
it. I always wanted to see it.
Yes, the big gay bear absolutely fucking loved it. And I was like,
The big gay bear. Is that your code name for him because it's secretly you?
no, he's actually listed in my phone as Big Gay Al because his middle name is Alan. I was like, okay, it's been his nickname since college. From me to him, it's like, you bastard. Can you please just have me as Neil? I'm like, no. That's like everyone on my phone.
You're just super.
Every single person in my phone is listed as a nickname. Rather
Now I really need to ask, what do you have Mole listed as?
twat.
I was like, Dick who calls me too much.
I have him as Mole.
Well, you're lucky you showed up when you did, because literally right as you came on, I had just sent him a text, call Simon, he's not fucking here.
It probably would not have gone through. But yeah, yes, that lucky bastard got to see it, and then
Yeah, The Lion King is a great production. They have amended it a few times since it initially hit Broadway. They specifically removed the Morning Report song, which I can understand why it doesn't need to be there. That wasn't a terrible song, but it's not essential either. But yeah, the Lion King production on Broadway is great. If you're going to see the Lion King production on Broadway, be aware it's a lot darker than the cartoon.
Yeah.
You need to know this. There's a lot darker thing, like the part where Scar takes over and everything. It's a much darker. There's a song called Shadowland that the actress portraying Nala sings. It's a great song about the darkness, and she's gonna go find help.
Cool.
Be forewarned about the song "The Madness of King Scar," where he gets a little rapey with Nala, because that kind of comes out of nowhere. Fair warning.
You know what?
That's a thing that happened.
Okay.
He's like, you just violated my safe space, but okay.
Yes, goodbye.
Just saying.
Like, because we've got Mary Poppins here at the moment, like on the theatre.
How's that?
Sorry, correction. It's like it's coming. Sorry, my bad. It's not over here right now, but it's coming this year, like the September time.
Nice.
And I kind of want to go and see it because obviously I remember seeing the film many years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been a very long time since I've actually went to the theatre and seen a musical like properly.
Right.
At least a couple of years now since. Not since Pacific in the Desert, actually.
Fair enough. Yeah, it's a that's an excellent production. The Lion King is always a lot of fun. Even today, even with all the changes in the cast, it's still it's an experience, and you really need to go. If you haven't seen it, you need to go see it at least once, because it's that kind of a production. It's that level of an epic, and it's really good, and you should go check it out definitely. While I'm on the Disney kick, I'm going to keep rolling. I'm also going to tell you need to go see Aladdin on Broadway.
Never seen it.
Stop making me jealous.
Well, mostly because I have to say I do acquire my Broadway tickets by calling up on a station no one ever goes to at 6 o'clock in the morning, and then becoming all the callers between 1 and 14. So there's no one's awake at that time. So that's how I get all my tickets. But lately they haven't been doing it as much, so I have to find like hey, when do you start having your free tickets bonanza going off?
Because they've now called it on to you. It's like, right, it's her.
Literally, my mom is usually between the first caller and the 14th caller, and sometimes it'll be like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'll get a call at college. It's like, what's the droid to Star Wars? And I'm like, what? R2D2. Like, okay, bye. Okay, I'm gonna go back to sleep. We got free tickets to Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. Yay! What? Like, like that's how that would go, because it'd be like fucking middle of the night. She'd call me up, ask me random shit. I would just answer and then go back to bed because I wouldn't even remember this. And then she'd tell me about the tickets we got the next day.
That's just fucking great.
Okay,
man.
then. Well, I went to see Aladdin because there was a day trip go by. Actually, one of the fun things is my alma mater, the college I went to right up the road over there, they actually run day trips as part of their one of their continuing ed campuses. So they just have tickets to day trips where they basically get on the bus, you go down, there's time where you can go wherever and go to lunch, be at the show at the time, watch a show, bus picks you up, takes you back, and it's fairly reasonable.
Yeah.
So that's always a lot of fun. So yeah, see Aladdin. Aladdin's a great production. I will say it's a little unbalanced. I'm going to be honest, because Aladdin is an amazing show, but there are a couple of numbers that kind of steal the show, and the problem is everything else pales by comparison because of how over the top those numbers are.
I remember actually doing a Lion King thing years back. It was really fucking cool to be in. I was like, "It's a dream come true. Holy shit!"
Wait, you were in The Lion King?
Yeah. We
What did
did
you play?
Timon.
Of course you were.
Yeah.
That?
Like I shit you not. It was back like near the end of college sort of thing, and you know I absolutely fucking just went tooth and nail. I was like, I will fucking get this. I will murder every single person who's auditioning for this role just to get it. I'm like, give me
I can see what's happening. And they don't have a clue. No.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a lot of fun. I was actually only one time I ever performed on stage, and it was kind of a minimal nothing role. But I was in 8th grade. We did a production called Disney Magic.
Yeah.
It was effectively just a combination of we all wore Mouseketeer ears and T-shirts with our names on them. And basically, we were on some choral risers on the stage, and we sang some Disney songs. And people would occasionally go dress up as Disney characters to come out and do a sketch, and then there'd be another song.
Nice.
I was the genie briefly. I'm pretty sure I screwed myself out of a song by never showing up to rehearsals, but c'est la vie. Because they did Friend Like Me, and they had the people at the line of Jazz doing a dance number in front of it, but the group was singing the song, and I know a lot of the other songs that they were all solos, and I'm wondering if it was supposed to be, and they decided, well, he wants to be the genie, we'll make him the genie, but he's never here, so we can't give him a solo. So I have no evidence to that, but that just seems to be how it was.
That kind of reminds me, like, when I was in the play, and I had like actually one of the leader roles, but I got sick.
What play were you in?
I was in Wizard of Oz.
Oh, who were you?
I was.
So tell me, you were a flying monkey.
No, I was one of the lead munchkins.
Ah, that's about right too. Yeah.
Yeah, like the thing was, I got so horribly sick that night that they just had to completely give it to somebody else who wasn't even like they kind of knew the part, so they just kind of had to like go with it.
Like bullshitting, yeah.
Yeah, like and then they like learned the stuff like the next day. But I was so horrible. I was there like at the theater where like go time, and literally like 10 minutes before like theater, I was just like throwing up everywhere and I couldn't do it.
Lovely.
Did I ever tell you guys about doing Hairspray and Rent?
You were the chick from Hairspray, weren't you?
No. Hairspray, I played Connie Collins.
Nice.
And I actually dyed my hair full Spike from Buffy kind of blonde, right? At the time. Yeah, so I actually had my hair like slicked back forward and shit. It was fantastic. It was quite a challenge because, when we were doing like the read-throughs, when we were panning at the castings and stuff, it literally fell on my lap. For Corny, it was like, Simon, you do it. I'm like, who's going to read for Corny? It's like, Simon, you do it. I'm like, okay. Teenage Baltimore, don't see that channel, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I'm running through it like a fucking, like the radio announcers from like the 1920s. So
yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I was running through it like that.
Nice.
And I got the part. I was like, shit. That's awesome.
Good job.
And Rent, like, I was doing a minor part of Joanne's dad. So I had to do like the voicemail stuff. And even then it was because the guy who was originally playing him hadn't learned his shit for it. And the director was just like, Simon, learn that by Wednesday.
And then you went through it like a 1920s announcer and you got the part.
No, I had 2 days to learn this. I was like, shit. So I listened to the original. So the only one I had on me at the time for reference sake was the original 1996 Broadway musical, where it's an African American guy, because obviously Joanne was an African American in the original stuff. I don't know if he's in the modern day adaptations and stuff, but so it's like, and so I'm like, okay, I'm a tenor naturally, so I'm having to go into like bass, baritone, and make myself sound a lot deeper. And it's like, and I've got to do fucking a cappella. I'm shit scared. I was like, because for me, having to do singing, it's like pulling teeth out. So I'm like, shit.
It's like the fuck was it again? Wiltshire and Rolf. I tried to at the office and they said that you were stage managing or something, sort of thing, you know. And fuck, it was just really fucking cool to do. Didn't quite enjoy the amount of weight I put on by accident for it. I thought, you know,
happens.
because me when I've done like acting parts and stuff, I've done some crazy shit for roles. I have dropped 2 stone for one role a few years back. It was like a physical theatre piece on the wall, and one of them had like gas chamber shit in, right?
Okay then.
And I went from like 10 stone 4 to 8 stone 9, and that is roughly. Because you guys have weight in pounds, don't you?
Yeah.
Alright, so I went from about 144 pounds to 124.
Fair enough.
Stupid thing. Not a good thing, you know.
Yeah, well.
You did it for the role, that's what counts.
Yeah, we get it. You seen it up, you did it for the role, it was all good. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I was also bashful the dwarf in that Disney thing, and that was just, I'm walking around in a big sweater, so, you know.
I now need to see you as bashful. That's
No, it was pretty fun. I just had big sweatshirt sleeves and I held them in front of my face and peeked out from behind them every so often.
Oh,
it was adorable. Yeah, that was the only time I've really done a stage thing. In retrospect, I wish I'd have done more, but I don't know. Stage right, I don't know. I just never got around to it. I would say the other thing I've seen, if we're just wrapping up things that we've seen, I saw Mamma Mia twice.
Oh my god, I remember seeing that like a few years back.
Yeah,
awesome.
That was. Don't ever watch the movie. The movie is god awful. Don't watch it.
I did actually see the movie.
The movie is god awful. Do not take that as a representation of the musical.
Unfortunately, I saw the movie first because it was getting played at the time.
See, that's the same thing happened to me.
An ex-girlfriend of mine dragged me.
Poor bastards.
Like, I know, like a girlfriend I was dating at the time. She dragged me to it, kicking and screaming against my will.
And Simon, don't lie to the audience. We all know you don't date women.
No, I do. Occasionally.
For money.
That too, yes.
Well, they look like women outside their clothes anyway.
No. Full on female. She actually, like, I hate going to the cinema enough as it is, you know. Slightly socially awkward with it. You know, I don't like fucking dirt on my fingernails. Never mind bloody having to spend time with people in like closed spaces. You know?
We got it, Jill. The Peggo's worth.
And so this was hell for me. I enjoyed the movie, you know, and then
It's
like when a stage show came around, again one of my friends dragged me to that, kicking and screaming. I was like, we haven't got anyone to go. Do you want to come? I'm like, no. We'll buy you cake. Sweet. So,
nah.
It wasn't any cake. Oh, have you guys seen Queen tribute? We Will Rock You.
Nope.
You've never seen that? Get the fuck out of here. Serious?
Never seen it.
Oh, you guys, you've got to see it, man. Absolute fuck me. Not literally. Like, seriously, you guys have to fucking see it, man. It's just phenomenal. If you get the chance, seriously, go. Yes, wrapping shit up before, because this has been going on for quite a while now, is that right?
Yeah.
Right, okay. So
let us know what your favorite musical is, and also what musical you think Simon should be in. So.
Indeed.
No!
It doesn't matter if it's a female lead, he can still do it. It doesn't matter if it's a male lead. It doesn't matter if it's an androgynous lead or a hermaphroditic lead. Doesn't matter. He will do it. Put your listings in now.
You're going to be trending this shit on Twitter now, aren't you?
Trending bisexual.
Oh god, please don't do that.
There you go, perfect.
Bisexual singing. Let's do it.
Oh no. Oh, god.
Bisexual the musical.
Okay, if that actually becomes a fucking thing, I'll fucking cry, I really will.
Yeah, so we're super happy for everyone who's watching tonight. Thank you for listening to us.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. We appreciate you stopping by to listen to the old Opinion Junkies. Sorry we ran a little bit long tonight.
Yeah.
And it never really happens that Simon and I are together because neither of us knows how to shut the hell up.
I know. It's like one's a caffeine addict, the other's just a chatterbox. So hey.
Kind of. But
Most of the
yes,
time I need to get food and soda.
yeah, Stacey needs to get food so she doesn't pass out and die.
Yep.
Yes.
So Simon, take us home.
Right, ladies and gentlemen. Good night. We love you. Namaste. Yeah, that's what I've said about. Jib-Bob, say good night.
Good night.
See ya. Thanks for having me.